Hey gang, doing a slightly different post today. I have got a history in fitness and nutrition, but this is not what this is about. So I want you to understand that all that stuff is important, but this, I don't think anyone does this. And I've only learnt this from doing the work on myself I have in the last few years with my coach, who, in my opinion, her approach is more holistic, which means the duality, as in good and bad, doesn't really exist. This is why it's important for weight loss. This is why it's important for fat loss and building muscle. Here we go. So you think you've tried everything. Here's what you've not tried. Really figuring out why you want to change, why your body wants to change, and also why clearly there's a part of you that's not. Otherwise, the behaviours, the actions, everything would be in line with that. If you're following a strategy that is generally a good one, strategic, gradual weight loss, probably, I'm not going to go into details because it's not what it's about, but I hope you understand that there are some shocking advice out there. This isn't about that. This is about how you deal with yourself, how you speak to yourself. If you are not compassionate to the part of you that cannot or will not shift weight, as in will not join the team, will not start to agree with you, yeah, we could do with shifting a few pounds for health or general, but usually it's to do with confidence. Usually it's to do with self-esteem and looking a certain way, which I understand completely. Now, part of you will probably resist against that, but that's my experience. It's always more, it's always deeper. So if it's always deeper, why do people just do diet plans and gym plans and then, every new year, which are coming, they just fail off over and over again? It's because you're doing the same thing over again. And because this approach, not many people do. If you got a PT, they're going to tell you to eat right, but they can't change your behavior. No one can. Even if you go to a hypnotist, your behavior that you might stop will be replaced with something else, and then you just keep going to hypnosis. It doesn't change anything. And when I say that, it doesn't change the relationship you have with yourself, because you kind of giving the responsibility to someone else, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there's an element of you believe and you're ready to change, so you go and put that in the hands of someone else, and then they help you. That you have to be some suggestible for the hypnosis to work, which it does. I'm not saying it doesn't, it does. But you're part of you that wants to quit whatever it is, or let's use smoking for an example. Part of you's always already ready. That's why you go to the hypnosis, and that's why it works. But then it will replace, your habit will be replaced with someone else, and then you'll be going to get hypnotized with someone else, and then smoking comes back. I only know that because people I know very, very closely do that or have done that. That's my experience. That's not a judgment, by the way. That is just the reality that I've noticed. So for me, I've just done a weight loss and gym program. I've done very, very well. In fact, I've done incredibly well. And it's only because I was ready. All parts of me were ready to dial it in. Did that happen overnight? No, it happened because there was a part of me that was like, something needs to change and I can control this. There's elements of my life that I can't control at the minute. That is a factor too. So I'm getting control over my life by something that I can actually do. And for me, for the past 6 weeks, that has been what I eat, what I drink, and my exercise. So I hope that makes sense. If you want to know any more about this and you actually made it to the end of this video, post a comment below and I'll either explain in more detail. If I've been a bit vague, it doesn't really, I can't really explain it that well in the video, so I do apologize. But what I'm basically saying, if you keep denying the part of you that is struggling to comply and agree to help you lose weight, then you're never going to lose weight. You have to start to acknowledge that part and work on it. That's what coaching can be for, but that you can probably also do it yourself. Have a conversation with yourself, find out what the feeling is, find out what could be going on, and also what needs to happen. Talk to yourself. I know my old maths teacher said you're going mad if you talk to yourself. Well, that's not exactly true, because all parts of us, there are parts of us in here, and they all need talking to and acknowledging and noticing and listening to. So that would be my advice. I hope that made sense. Comment below if you like the channel so far. Please like and subscribe. Also drop a comment if you want to interact. I'm doing my best to get back quick, but I'm still learning this YouTube thing, so peace.